G'day everyone. Today we're not just going on a trip. We're embarking on an expedition into one of the last truly wild places on Earth. Our destination is a river that has captured the imagination of explorers for centuries. It's a place of myth and legend and undeniable danger. I'm talking about the mighty Congo River. This isn't your average river journey. The Congo is a beast. It's a vast, powerful artery pumping life through the heart of Africa. It carves its way through dense, impenetrable jungle for thousands of kilometers. Many have tried to tame it, to map its secrets, but few have ever succeeded. It remains one of the least navigated major rivers in the world for a very good reason. This journey is about more than just adventure. It's a quest to understand a place that time seems to have forgotten. The Congo River has a reputation, and it's a fearsome one. For centuries, it was known as the Heart of Darkness, a name that perfectly captures its mysterious and intimidating nature. This isn't just a physical place, it's a place of legend. Local stories speak of giant serpents lurking in its depths and of spirits that guard its sacred waters. Early European explorers who dared to venture here returned with terrifying tales of disease, hostile encounters, and a wilderness that seemed determined to repel any intruders. The dangers here are very real and they are constant. We have the wildlife for a start. Think of territorial hippos, which are responsible for more human deaths in Africa than any other large animal. But perhaps the greatest danger of all is the river itself. The Congo has the second highest flow rate of any river in the world, creating some of the most violent and complex rapids on the planet. These sections are known as the Livingston Falls, a series of cataracts that drop nearly 300 meters. They are utterly impassable for any boat. So what does it take to prepare for an expedition of this magnitude? The answer is an incredible amount of planning. You can't just pack a bag and show up at the Congo River. Every single piece of equipment has to be carefully chosen, tested, and then tested again. Our lives will depend on it. We've got specialized inflatable rafts designed to be tough enough to handle the rapids, yet light enough to be carried over land when we have to. The team is the most important element of all. You need the right people around you when you're facing a challenge like the Congo. First on the list was Jacques, our lead kayaker and river guide. He's a French-Canadian who has spent his life paddling the world's most dangerous whitewater. Next, we have Dr. Anya Sharma, our expedition medic and logistics genius. She can set a broken bone or stitch a wound in the middle of a torrential downpour without blinking. We've traveled for days, by plane and then by rugged four-wheel drive vehicles, pushing deeper and deeper into the Congo basin. We've finally reached our starting point, a small remote village on the banks of the Lualaba River, the main tributary that will grow into the mighty Congo. Pushing the rafts out into the current for the first time is a symbolic moment. It's the point of no return. We are officially on the Congo River. The first few days on the river are a chance for us to find our rhythm. We are learning to work together as a cohesive unit on the water. From the moment we set off, we are surrounded by life. The real lords of this part of the river are the hippos. They look deceptively calm, almost comical. But we know the truth. It was bound to happen. The Congo tests everything, and it always finds a weakness. Our first major equipment failure comes about a week into the journey. We are now entering a section of the river known as the Gates of Hell. Here, the river splinters into a bewildering maze of hundreds of channels, weaving through a vast archipelago of forested islands. Navigating this labyrinth is a nightmare. Some channels are choked with thick mats of water hyacinth, an invasive weed that creates a floating vegetable carpet so dense you can't paddle through it. After countless days navigating the bewildering labyrinth of islands and channels, we finally emerge back into a single wide stretch of the river. The relief is, honestly, immense. Our first proper encounter is with a group of fishermen in their long, elegant pirogues. They move across the water with a grace and efficiency that we can only envy. The fishermen, seeing that we are friendly, guide us towards their village. It's a small settlement named Kimbwala, perched on a muddy bank overlooking the river. Stepping into the village is like stepping into another time. The chief invites us to share a meal with his family. Hospitality is a sacred duty here. As evening falls, we gather around the main fire with the village elders. This is the time for stories. The chief, a masterful storyteller, begins to speak of the river's spirits. He also shares practical knowledge, Stories that contain vital survival information. The chief takes our map and with a piece of charcoal, marks the dangerous sections that lie ahead. Before we leave, we trade some of our supplies with them. We came to their home as strangers, and now we're leaving as friends. Leaving the village of Kimwala, we paddle on with renewed determination. The river starts to narrow again, the banks turning into steep, rocky walls. Suddenly, the weather starts to turn against us. Dark, heavy clouds roll in, and then the rain starts. It's not a gentle shower, it's a tropical deluge. We make it to a rocky ledge just in time. The storm rages around us, and below us the river transforms into a monster. It's a terrifying, awe-inspiring spectacle of nature's raw power. The storm finally breaks just before dawn. The rapids that we were meant to navigate are now swollen to a terrifying size. Looking at the violent, churning water ahead, Jacques is adamant. It's suicide to attempt it now. This means we have only one other option. A long, difficult portage. We have to carry all our gear up the sheer cliff face beside us and through the dense, trackless jungle on top. The portage begins. It is, without a doubt, the most physically punishing thing any of us have ever done. Jacques leads the way, fixing ropes as he goes up the 60-meter cliff. Once on top of the cliff, we find ourselves in a green hell. The jungle here is a dense, suffocating tangle of vegetation. We use machetes to hack a path through the thick undergrowth. We are pushing our bodies to the absolute brink. The mental strain is just as intense as the physical. We have to dig deep to find a reserve of strength we didn't know we had. After 2 days of relentless struggle, we push through one last wall of vegetation and suddenly, we are there. Below us, the Congo flows wide and calm again, as if nothing ever happened. After the hellish ordeal of the portage, the river granted us a period of grace. The final stretch of our journey was a different beast altogether. The current was strong and steady, carrying us towards our goal. The landscape changed dramatically one last time. The dense, pristine rainforest gave way to more inhabited areas. We were re-entering the modern world. We could almost smell the salt in the air, a scent carried on the breeze, promising the end of our long journey. This was the home stretch, and every paddle stroke brought us closer to the finish line. Finally, we saw it. A distinct line on the horizon where the muddy brown water of the Congo met the deep blue of the Atlantic Ocean. This was it. The end point of our 4,700-kilometer journey. Pushing our rafts out into the salt water of the ocean was a moment I will never forget. We had done what so few have ever attempted. We had journeyed through the heart of darkness and come out the other side. We let the ocean's swell lift our small rafts, and for the first time in months, we stopped paddling. We just floated, looking back at the mouth of the river, the gateway to the incredible world we had just traversed. Looking back, it's hard to process everything we saw and experienced. The Congo is not just one river, it's 100 different rivers, each with its own personality. What did I learn about myself? Out there, stripped of all the comforts and distractions of modern life, you are forced to confront your true self. I learned that fear is a constant companion in the wild, but it doesn't have to be your master. In the heart of the Congo, I felt more alive, more present, and more connected to the planet than anywhere else on Earth. It's a feeling of profound clarity that is impossible to find anywhere else. The future of the Congo River and its vast basin is at a critical crossroads. This incredible wilderness faces immense threats from deforestation, mining operations, and political instability. Yet amidst these challenges, we also found incredible sources of hope. We found it in the resilience of the river people, who possess deep ancestral knowledge of how to live sustainably within this environment. These wild places matter. They are vital to the health of our entire planet. Protecting the Congo is not just about saving elephants or forests, it's about protecting ourselves. So why go to a place like the Congo? Why face the danger and the hardship? You go because it reminds you of what's real. It reminds you of the raw, untamed beauty of the world we are so rapidly losing. The Congo River is more than just a trip on a map. It's a journey to the very heart of our world and to the heart of ourselves. The river leaves a permanent mark on you. It gets into your blood, and I know for the rest of my life a part of me will always be floating down that mighty, mysterious river. Its call is a powerful one, a whisper of the wild that, if you are lucky enough to hear it, you will never ever forget. Thanks for joining me on this incredible expedition. Now, get out there and find your own adventure.